The term script used in educational contexts describes ways of structuring interaction and scaffolding collaborative learning. It specifies sequences and distributes learning activities and roles among learners in a group. Scripts support collaborative learners to focus on and regulate specific roles and actions which are expected to promote learning, especially for those learners who have little knowledge of how to do collaborative work effectively. It also guides learners how to act. Besides, some scripts also prompt metacognitive processes needed to monitor and regulate those activities. There are various types of scripts depending on how the scripts are interpreted from different aspects. I will mainly introduce 4 types of scripts here. Macro and micro script. Macro scripting refers to managing classroom activities by organizing extended learning phases into sequences without providing further guidance on how to act during these phases, like individual analysis followed by class discussion and small group reflection. The 7 steps in problem-based learning is also an example of macro scripting. Microscripting refers to supporting very specific collaborative learning activities at the level of collaborative roles, turn-taking, and individual discourse contributions. For example, in PBL case, a chairperson can use more specific and detailed questions like, "Does anybody want to act anything else? Does anyone have other questions?" to organize discussions. Secondly, internal and external script. External script refers to the pedagogical scenario the students are asked to play. It is designed explicitly by educators to enhance learners' collaborative work. While internal script represents learners' internalized knowledge structures acquired from experiences, which are mental structures. It also refers to prior socially, culturally derived rules for cooperating and collaborating. It is said that every learner has some forms of internal script, such as turn-taking or sharing roles. Thirdly, degree of cohesion. Cohesion is the degree of freedom that learners have in following a script. It also refers to which extent the actions of the learners are constrained by the script. Last, epistemic and social scripts. Epistemic scripts concern knowledge construction activities, describing how learners work on the task in more detail and in a more systematic way within a specific domain, such as defining categories and words, identification of various problems, etc. A checklist is an example of an epistemic script. Checklists typically induce the task strategy to consider several domain and task-specific aspects in a specific sequence. Social scripts specify and sequence interaction of learners, such as eliciting information from each other by asking critical questions to foster learning. Therefore, social scripts aim to help learners structure discourse according to successful interaction patterns of knowledge construction. An everyday example of such a procedure is the scientific peer review process. Social script provides learners with roles and suggests specific forms of interaction that learners rarely engage in spontaneously.
Created using Powtoon.